Hello, I just want to do another teapot cookie here for you. There's one of my little teapots. Okay, I have royal icing. This royal icing is really thin. It's in a Wilton parchment bag. I have a coupler here at the end. If you're not familiar with the coupler, it's actually two pieces. There's a piece that's inside the bag and this piece that's on the outside. You can unscrew this piece and change out the tip if you wanted to use a different tip. Okay, now this is really thin icing. This is going to be my flooding icing. I want to start by doing the spout, handle, and top of my teapot. I'm just going to lightly squeezing the bag. The handle here, and my handle maybe has a little bit of a swirl to it. My little top knot. Okay, now I'm going to do a border, and I'm letting the icing just kind of flow out of the tip as I very slightly squeeze it. It gives me a better circle. I'm going to add a little bit more over here just so that my handle is connected. And do the base here. Okay, now I'm going to flood the icing. Now I'm putting light pressure on the bag and I'm wiggling my tip back and forth. I am not scratching on the surface of the cookie because then you'll end up getting crumbs in your cookie. I'm moving it around in the icing itself. Now I might touch the cookie just a little bit, but I just don't want you to think that I'm actually scraping the surface of the cookie. I'm hovering just inches above it. And you don't have to worry about it looking uneven, because as it sits here a few minutes, it'll actually settle, and you can kind of just bump the cookie on the table and it will help it settle a little bit more. And once you're done flooding it, if you see that maybe it needs a little bit more icing in some places, you can add that also. Now I have my icing bags tucked into a wet piece of paper towel up here to keep them from the tip from drying out, because we are working with royal icing that sets up and gets hard. Okay, now I'm going to grab a bag that has purple in it. This is in a disposable parchment bag. I have a coupler again in the end, and this bag actually has a tip number 2. And I'm going to pipe out some dots. Doing some bigger dots here. Now the flowers that I do on these are just kind of a whimsical flower. They're not necessarily something you'd see in nature, but they're super cute anyway. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to grab a yellow bag, and this one has a tip 1, and I'm going to put a yellow dot here in the center of these flowers. Now you could leave them just like that, or you could take a toothpick, and I'm going to drag from the yellow into the purple, and I clean up my tip after each time, again into the yellow, through the purple. By cleaning off my tip each time, the tip of my toothpick, it just lets it glide through a little bit smoother. And if you notice, by doing this, it ends up dragging a little bit of the yellow into the flower, so it makes it look like it's together. Okay, so now we've got our flowers. Now we're going to get some green icing, and here I've got green icing again in a parchment bag, and I've got a tip 1. And I just want to connect these together. So just going to pipe out some green, and it kind of glides down and around. Like that. Now I'm going to add a few dots, because I'm going to add some leaves. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my toothpick again, And just like I did for the petals, I'm going to drag my tip through. Let's go ahead and put 2 little leaves right here. And again, just drag through. And it just makes nice little delicate leaves. Now this one up here at the top, I don't really like the way it turned out, so I'm going to make this into a little swirl. Adding a little extra icing. And I might put a leaf on him, so we're going to put a little dot up here. And I'm going to start back here in the green because I want to kind of connect it and bring it out like that. Work a little bit on this swirl here. And I might add a little extra green in here. Let's get some more down here also. Maybe we'll add another leaf up here. Okay, so there's just your little whimsical flower. If you wanted to add maybe a purple dot, as if maybe there's a bud of a flower that's coming. And I might drag backwards through this one. It kind of makes a little heart shape. Okay, so there's my little whimsical purple flower. Now I'm going to take my cookie and transfer it over here to my cookie sheet. You can see some of the other flowers that I've done here. And each one just unique in its own right. Now my bags, I said, that are tucked up here in a paper towel. It's just a damp paper towel, and I just make sure that the tip of the bag is tucked in so it doesn't get crusty. I hope you try this technique. It's a really fun way to do little flowers on teapots or any other kind of sugar cookie that are kind of non-Christmassy. Thanks, have a good day.